All right, we'll start with informal bowing. Kyotsuke, come to attention. Courtesy. August. Shamani Rei. Shantini Rei. And then Dojo Kun. So Dojo Kunichi. I will avoid all things which could possibly reduce my mental growth or physical health. Niban. I will develop self-discipline and never forsake a task once undertaken until it is completed to the best of my ability. Sanban. I will always strive to bring out the best in myself and in others. Chiban. I will always show respect to my parents, to those senior to me, and to those below or less fortunate than myself. Goban. I will always honor my word and commitments. Rokban. I will only use karate constructively and defensively to aid my fellow man and better the world around me. So the only calisthenics we're doing on our virtual classes is jumping jacks. So everybody does jumping jacks. Here we go. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, chu, rich, chu ni, chu san, chu chi, chu go, chu rok, chu chich, chu hach, chu ku, niju, niju ich, niju ni, niju san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, sanju. There, we did 5 extra. 30. Okay. Because we aren't doing push-ups or crunches.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Somebody else joined?
Bobby, sorry we're late. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just going to put you on mute and we can start. I can't see anybody's video for some reason, but we'll keep moving on. Okay. Tristan said he loved the kick so much he wants to do doubles today. Is that right, Tristan? All right, let's start with little warm-up, jab, reverse punch. So we're going to go right leg back. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Right leg back, and the knee is going to be bent a little bit. So as we do the jab, the knee is still bent. This hip comes forward. Okay? And then twist and punch. Okay? You join somebody else? No, we're good. Okay. All right, so here we go. Right leg back. Knee is slightly bent. Knock the leg out when we reverse punch. Here we go. Ich. Ni. San. Chi. Go. Rok.
Chickens.
Hach. Ku. Chu. Rich. Ni. San. Chi. And Kiai. Go. Hey! Hantai. Switch feet. I'm just going to turn around. Okay. So now I go left foot back. Jab with the right, reverse punch with the left hand. Here we go. Knee slightly bent. As we drop for the reverse punch, this knee drops as well. So here, drop the knee as we push and punch. Hikite. Draw back. Here we go. Ich. Ni. San. Chi. Go. Rok. Chich. Hach. Ku. Chu. Rich. Ni. San. Chi. And Kiai. Go. Hey! And back to Yoi. Okay, I'm just going to check, make sure we got anybody new. No, it looks like actually we do. Who did you get new? No, we lost somebody. All right. Who did we lose? All right, let's just keep going. All right. We are going to do these again. We did them Wednesday. We're going to do them again today. So we're going to do my Getty. Back leg is right leg. And we're going to kick and keep your foot up the whole time. See how many we can do. Okay? Here we go. Hajime. Hits. Ni. San. Chi. Go. Rok. Chich. Hach. Ku. Chu. Reach. ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, niju, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, sanju, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, chiju. That's 40. Chiju, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, ju. It's 50. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san. Uh-oh, losing my balance. Oh, we only did 63. We didn't do our 70. I guess I can't move my fingers and kick at the same time. Left leg. Here we go. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, ju, ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, sanju, ich, ni, san, chi, oh, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, ju. There's 40. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, ju. 50. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, ju. 60. Ich, ni, san, chi, go, rok, chich, hach, ku, ju. And there we go. 70. Okay. So a little warm up, get the legs working. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I was going to ask if anybody wants to do something in particular today, then type it into the chat and we'll try and get to it in addition to the lesson I was planning. So if you don't know how to do the chat, you got to go down, bring your cursor or whatever down to the bottom, open the chat window, okay, and then just type over here. Oh, hello, Bobby. So I don't know how to get everybody across the top, but anyway, if you have something specific you want to work on, let me know. Otherwise, we'll do our lesson plan. Okay. All right, let's see if we can keep up. Let's go to center stance. Kibadachi. Feet twice shoulder width, toes straight ahead, not bent out. Okay. Toes are straight ahead, knees are bent and opened. Okay. I don't know if you can, if I get back far enough, can you see my feet? There we go, yeah, not out like this. Like this. Now I gotta get really low because my head's hitting the ceiling because it's a bent ceiling. So there we go. All right, 4 receiving techniques in order, up, down, out, in. Let's start with our left hand in the air, right hand on the hip. Okay, here we go. Each, up, other hand down, other hand out, last hand in. Okay, here we go. Up, down, out, in. Agiyuke, Gedambrai, Uchiuke, Sotouke. Now when you're doing these, it's not just arms. See how I'm moving? You can see my belt wiggling because I'm using my hips. Okay, so we push with the foot. So I'm striking with this arm, I'm pushing with this foot going up. Okay, and then here, okay, I'm same foot, pushing with that foot. Okay, striking down. Pushing with this foot as I strike out. Okay, pushing with this foot as I strike in. Okay, more hip action. So you want the hip to help you move the action of the technique. Okay, so you have to figure out which hip to use. So use your hips and use your legs to push, right? Not just stand here. Here we go. Okay, left hand up, right hand on the hip. Ich. Ni. Every action is off your hip. So whichever hand is on the hip, that one does the work. Here we go. Ich. Actually, sun. Chi. And keep your knees bent, right? Down here. Go. All right. Antai, let's switch sides. Start here. Ich, up, down, out, in. Ich, ageuke, gerambai, uchiuke, sotuke. Sun. Chi. Go. And yoy. Somebody posted in the chat. I got to take a look. Teki basa, bunkai. I think you want. Can we do something we never done before? Yes, we did that Wednesday. We did some self-defense that we hadn't worked on before. For green belts, we could do Teki Shodan because you've never done Teki before. Okay? But I don't know if you wanted Teki Kata and Basadai Kata, or if you're trying to say Teki Bunkai. Okay? So who was that typed that one? Oh, that's Braden. You want 2 kata, Teki kata, and 1 kata? Okay. And you want the bunkai of kata? Here, I'll tape it. Is that what you want? Actually, there's no E on that. It's just T-E-K-K-I. Or do you want Basadai? There. I think that's how you spell Basadai. All right. All right, I got it. All right, so check the time. Oh, we got to get moving. All right, so we did the Kihon, okay? Something you guys should be practicing is taking turns every day. You could practice every day because you're home, right? And I know you got school and everything and chores, but you could pick different bunkai, different Kihon to practice. So we just did up, down, out, in. You could practice that. You can practice the leg kicks from the back leg, front kick, side kick, back kick, roundhouse kick, hook kick, okay? Or you can practice them from the front leg, right? Front leg, front kick, front leg, side kick, back kick, so forth, okay? And if you have room, you can practice your shuffling kicks, right? Hands should be up when you do those. I never do, I don't know. Okay? For some reason, I don't have my hands up when I'm practicing my kicks in demonstration. But those are the things that you can practice. You can practice your shutos and your stances, kokutsadachi shuto. You can practice that up and down or just back and forth in place. Okay? You can do it in front of a mirror over here. This is a mirror. Okay? And I can look at that and I can stand here and check my arms to make sure they're correct. Okay? Make sure I'm using my hips when I do this. Make sure that when I do this, I'm not pushing off. I'm pulling with the back leg. Pull with the back leg. Okay? So you can practice all your Kihon. You don't have to do it all every day. Okay? But you can practice, just your kicks one day. And then practice your stances one day. And then practice your receiving techniques one day. So you don't have to do them all every day. You can mix it up. Okay? All right. So let's see. Elliot wanted to work on something we haven't worked on before. So for him, that would be Teki. So I can cover 2 people at the same time. We can do Teki Shodan. Okay? And I can do that in this space pretty much. Okay? I'm going to start here. So all the kata start, heels together, and then teki, the toes are touching too. Knees are slightly bent. Okay, I'm going to go the way I'm supposed to. Left hand on top. Okay, so from here, okay. Tell you what, let's add the, I haven't added the head movement in a long time because we've been working on different bunkai. Okay, but if you're doing the kata and you want to do the head action, the first thing is, okay, let's start together. Let's do it this way. Right? Teki Shodan. Yoi. Each, turn your head and look. Then step across. Knee comes in a circle around. Plants and we come out. Okay. Strike. Down. Turn to the front. Strike. Strike. Okay. Turn to the side. Head. Step. Okay. Out to the front. Okay. Outward block. Punch. Punch. Okay. Look. Up and strike. Look. Up. Strike. Down. Look. Kiai. Okay. And then we repeat. Okay. Front. You can, no, it stays front, sorry. Okay. And then cross. And we look as we punch across. Step. Hook. Front. Look to the side. Up. Strike. Look to the side. Up. Strike. Down. Look to the other side. Kiai. And back to yoi. So there's the kata with the head turning. So new for Elliot and new for the advanced people that haven't done the head turning, okay, or haven't remembered to do it. I don't talk about it very much, but that's because we don't do competition. And in sport karate, everything has to be as best as it can be and as consistent and correct as it can be. And they check things like head turning. Okay? When I'm doing the kata, I'm thinking of different bunkai, and the bunkai doesn't necessarily match the head turning in the solo application of the kata. So I don't put any emphasis on it anymore. Okay? But we used to be very particular about that when we were doing competition back in California. Okay? We've only got like 1 or 2 tournaments that are of value in Minnesota and the surrounding area. Otherwise, you got to travel a long ways out of state. And I decided it wasn't worth it to do that. And so I didn't focus on the things that are important for sport karate. I focused on the things that are good for self-defense and the art in general. Okay, so some of that, like the head turning, was left off. I'm just checking the chat here. Teki bunkai is a little bit hard, but we might be able to give it a try. Oh no, I typed that in, not you. All right. Okay. All right, so let's go back and help out the blue belts here now. We did the something for Elliot. We did the advanced. Let's go through Heian Nidan. Okay, and all we're going to do is work on our feet. Okay, so there's another thing we haven't done in a long time, if at all. Okay, so all we're going to keep our hands down, and we're going to do just our feet. Heian Nidan. Hey, and Nidan. Yoi, we step out with the right foot. So. Okay, we go to the left into back stance. So step out and get your stance where you think it needs to be. And then we're going to start at our shoulders and make sure they're lined up correctly. You shouldn't be facing, you're half facing. Okay? And then check your hips and shoulders to make sure they're in line. And then you can bend and look at your legs. Okay? You look at your knee and see if it's over your toes. And you look at your front knee and see if it's bent slightly. And then look at your front foot, make sure it's straight out ahead of you. And your back foot, make sure it's straight out ahead of you. So the reason we started with our shoulders is because if I bend and then I come back up, I don't know if they were in the right spot. So we start at the head and down, okay? And actually your head should be at the same level too. I forgot to mention that. So are your heels in line? Okay, you can look down at the floor. If you're on a carpet, it's hard to tell. If you're on tile, you can, or a wooden floor, you can see by following the lines if you're in the right spot. Okay. All right, so there's the first move, right? We went and we didn't do the arms. That's the arm part, right? So now I go to the other side. So the front foot just does a pivot. It just turns. The back foot, which is going to become the front foot, has to move over, has to move back behind you. about 3 inches so that you're in line. You can't just twist it. Okay? And then you're in stance. So you got your back knee bent over your toes here, front foot straight, back foot straight, both knees slightly bent, this one more than the other. All right, next part. We step halfway up, and the foot stays pointing out this way until this foot moves, and then they both twist with your hip movement, pulling your hip back. Okay? And now your toes are together, your knees are together, slightly bent. Right? I'm going to move up just a little bit so I don't kick the wall. We do a side kick, it comes back. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Side kick and come back before you step out. So I'm here, side kick, and then step backwards and pivot. Okay, so now we have to check our stance. We already talked about how to do that. On your own, you can check it. Okay, so this back foot comes up and raises the leg and then steps forward and slightly out about 3 inches, because when you make that turn, okay, I'm here. When I make this turn, this foot is going to turn here so that I have to move out a little bit, not just straight in. See, here's my stance. I go straight in, and then when I make the turn, my feet are lined up. Okay, so here, and then the same thing here, right? And then we come in, and this is the last one. We have to move out wider because we're going to do a front stance and our ki this way, right? Okay, so all we're doing is checking our stance. So, okay, let's start again. We're here, and we're going to do the last move, and you're going to step into front stance, right, and do this. So we step, and there's the ki. So now that you've stepped into front stance, you got to check again. You got to make sure your head is level, not tilted down, right? Not looking at the floor. Shoulders are square, not turned. Okay. Shoulders and hips are in line. And once you check that, then you can look down and see if your knee is over your toes. Your foot should be ever so slightly turned, okay, in. It's hard to see here. If I move back here, okay. The outside edge is straight, which makes the front end turn in a little bit. If you make the inside straight, then the outside is. I want it that way. And there's pressure pushing out of the knee out, not in. Pushing it out. Okay. Back foot, the toes are more forward than sideways. Okay. And the back leg is locked out, not bent. So I'm going to turn sideways this way. Okay. This knee isn't bent. The toes aren't out here. This is locked out here. So here we are. We're at this position. Okay. The back foot does the turn for the next part. And we turn so that when we pivot, we land in back stance. And we are straight up against the wall. Okay? And then we step and do the corner. The corner is at a 45-degree angle. We do this on the mats. If you're on square tiles at home, you can check the square tiles there. Right? And again, you have to, every time you do this, you should be checking your stance. Shoulders, hips, elbows, knees, all that stuff, right? But for now, we're just going through it, and you can go through it slow on your own. Don't push off. Pull with your back leg across and then to the corner, right? So we're at a 45-degree angle, and then from here we have to go to front stance. So the foot, okay, let me get here, okay. Okay, so this is my position, shuto, right? And we're going to turn to the back into front stance. So I lead by pulling with my hip and my heel this way. And when I turn, okay, this is driving forward. The left hip is driving backwards towards my back. Snap. Okay. And then, excuse me. So I'm going to turn a little bit so you can see. But I should be front stance towards the back. You stay at this height. Don't come up when you do the kick. Okay? We kick and land in front stance. So from here, pull with this hip across. This hip pushes forward. We snap, kick, plant, slightly turned. Okay? Not straight, because I have to do the reverse punch. So I have to snap my hips. So I'm going to go this way so you can see it. So from here to here, okay, it snaps, kick, and I'm landing almost 3/4, okay, not straight on, because I have to do this reverse punch. So I snap out to here. Okay. Now when you're doing the kata, I'm here and we're going to do, okay, I'm going to tilt this up just a little bit. Sorry, the sun's in the way with the light. Okay. Okay. I'm here, check, out block, right? So in this position, if you do your check and your out block and it's weak, your feet stay where they are. But if you're in the middle of a good kata, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Okay, here's my reverse punch, and I'm doing my check, out block. Okay, as I do that, and it's strong, this front leg might move. See how that moved when I did the out block? If it doesn't, that's okay, but if it does, it's okay too. Depends on how hard you move when you're doing your out block. We do our kick, and again, we're half facing and reverse punch. Okay? So here to here. And then we step in, and our feet are again half facing, okay? And snap as we do the off two-hand augmented block, right? So we're facing this way if we're doing the kata, and I haven't turned. And we turn, so we have to come across. Okay, yeah, you can see my feet. So it's not turning across wide, it's coming straight in here, okay, this way, and turn. We do the down block, we step, do the up block. Same thing the other way. Move up a little bit. I'm going to come across this way, not across as a wide arc, more of a line. Snap, and then step in and out, like we do stepping drills, right? Okay, up and down the floor, that's what we're doing here. Instead of stepping and coming straight, we're stepping and turning into a 45-degree angle. Okay, and there's the kata, back to yoi. Okay, so I gotta reposition this. There we go. All right, so, oh, you can see my feet nice, but you can't see my head. I like you to see me when I'm talking. We need a camera crew, right? Okay, so there's some details on hand nidan using your footwork. Now, all those details work in every kata, because in all the kata we have the same stances, right? We have back stance and front stance. Okay? We have stepping this way or that way. It's just different combinations, right? Okay? We didn't work on center stance and stepping into center stance, but okay, we've done that in class, I know, because I've talked about that, because that's one of my pet peeves is people step the wrong way when we're stepping up and down, like in MP or jite, okay, in those kata. Okay? But certainly in konkudai, there's a lot of these same moves, right? Okay? Basadai, there's that turning, same thing. Okay? So practice doing the foot movement alone. Okay? And then add the hand movement and check. You can do the same thing. So we start hand nidan, and we step out to here, and you check your stances, okay? Now, you do the same thing, okay? Up, and now check your stance and see if it's right. Is your arm sticking out, or is it tucked back like it's supposed to? Okay? You check up top first when you're doing your stances in your hands. See how this is level, it's not sagging down? Okay? And then you can go and look at the rest of it. Okay? So, and you don't have to do the whole kata. You can just do the part that you're having trouble with. Maybe you're here, okay? Or here in Heian Shodan, okay? And or here in Heian Godan, right? And you're having trouble with the next move. So just practice that move. You don't have to go through the whole kata. Practice that move until you think you have it, and then go through the whole kata. Okay? So, and we've talked about this, I know, about how it's important to do the actions the best you can because it gives you the best advantage of physical self-defense. In a real situation where you're protecting yourself, you're not going to have time to check and make sure your stances are right. Okay? So you have to do them now and do them as best you can and practice them over and over again so that you can then use them in a real situation if you ever need to without having to think about it. And you're going to shorten them all up by a lot, but your foot movement and your legs and your hips and all that pressure of pushing and twisting is all there. So instead of doing this, it's from here to here. Just a little snap, but it's all the same because you're using your exaggerated motions from the kata that you've built in over practice over time. And if your practice over time is sloppy, then this won't be as effective. And when you hit or block, you're actually hitting the arm, or hitting them in the ribs, or hitting them in the face, with an inward block. There's not going to be any power there because you've done it in the kata so sloppy. You've done it in your kihon so sloppy. So this is a way to go through it and check it. Okay? All right, let me check and make sure there's anything new in the chat. No? All right, so this is what we're going to do now. I want anyone who isn't working on Basadai to go through the kata, Heian Nidan, or if you want, Heian Shodan, or Heian Sandan, any of those kata you're working on, and practice them so that you can look at your stances and see if you're doing them right. Right? So if you're doing Heian Sandan, he starts here at attention, we bow, we say the name, we come into ready stance, and we check, out block. And now check your stance. And then you come in and you do your punch, and check your stance. And 1, 2, your stance shouldn't have moved, right? So you can check each particular part of the kata, all right? All right, you guys do that, and then we're going to do Basadai, and then we're going to come back. Let me see how we're doing on time. Oh, got to get moving. All right, so you guys do that, then we'll come back. All right, great. Basadai. Great. Toes touching, hands come up, left hand on top, and we drop our weight as we press down with our hand. Okay? So this is all a smooth action from here to here. Okay? Knee comes up high. We don't raise our head. We don't raise our knees. It just comes up as we come to the ear. Step in, kosadach. Use your hips, strike across. Okay? The back foot steps out and across, not straight back, because when we turn, we have to be in front stance. Hand comes underneath. 1, 2. Okay? Cross over like we do when we do stepping drills, up and down, right? Hand comes up as we cross. Strike in. 1. Underneath. Use your hips. Okay? Twist. Okay? I got to move over so you can see. Okay? Again, don't push off. Pull with your back foot. As you come back, you're also twisting and striking to the outside. Up. I got a wall in the way. I can't do it correctly. Comes to the ear. Step in. Again, you're sort of half facing. And strike. Strike. Pull with your hip as you do the second strike. Okay? All right, I'm going to move back a little so we got some room. We check, and as we check, we come into Hashijidachi, which is when you bow at the beginning of the class and you step out. That's how wide you should be now. Okay? Shoulders are square. Okay? Look, see, my shoulders are not square. They have to be centered. So when you do this punch, it's only the hips that wiggle. The shoulders stay there. Punch. Okay? Drop your knees and twist. Out block. Come up straight as you punch. Don't move your shoulders. Out block. Okay? So from here up, 1, 2, right? And then, so now we're here. Okay? If I'm doing the kata the same way, half step, pivot, and shuto. 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 Don't push off. Pull with the back leg. Shuto. I got to move out of the way here. So we shift from back stance to front stance as we come up and push down. pull to your hip as your knee comes up. Strike into the knee, not into the foot. And that's the kiai on the foot stomp, or knee stomp. Shuto, shuto. Come back to your knees, beginning of the kata, right? That's where you are now, except for we're here. But the body is in the same position as the beginning. We're just here. Okay, facing the back. I know I'm facing sideways, so that's so you can see. Okay, we come up, and you can push with your feet, legs to push up. Okay, step in, strike, push. See, this hand stays here. Oh, you can't see. Okay, so here, here, push as you shuffle. Okay, and then this hand is still there, and then lunge in and punch. So we're at the back actually doing this, right? Okay. So here, boom, boom. Okay. Hand go down, basically, except for we come all the way up. Crescent kick, cover. Drop your weight as you hit. Come across. When it gets to the end, turn up. Keep the hand there. I'm going to go sideways. Okay? Just like in Godan. Hit, plant, elbow strike. So now we're here. Okay? Okay? Down one, and then quick. 1, 2. Chamber, and the foot moves. So that when we turn, we're in front stance. Okay? We're doing an uppercut and an overhead strike. Okay? Keep the same height as we come back. And as you come back, your arms pull into position. Big knee like in Teki. And across. Again. Big knee like in Teki. When we turn, I'll move over here. Your feet are in front stance, but on the same line. Okay? We turn. Haito. Knuckle. Back knuckle. Again. Okay? Nothing moves but the back foot. Then we pivot as we come in and do shuto. We're in back stance. We look to the front as we pivot, and we're in back stance this way. So now that you're in back stance and you're looking to the front, you can check your shoulders and your head, and then look down and see if you're actually in back stance. Come back up, shuffle, strike this way. Okay? Not like this. Right? So we're here, shuffle, and kiai. And back to yoi. And we bow. Okay? Crikey. All right, so everybody did their kata, looking at their stances, except for the people doing basadai. Okay? So this is getting recorded. You guys can go replay it. Okay? So Elliot, I gave you some new things we haven't covered. And we got in Teki, we got in basadai, we got in some kihon. So we're all set, and we'll have another class on Wednesday. And I've got some things planned for that already. Okay, but we'll see. Okay, so keep practicing your kata. If you need a list of the videos, then send me an email or text me. Have your mom or dad text me, or if you have a phone, you can text me. Just call the dojo. It's a cell phone. You can text it. And I will email you the list of YouTube videos from Kanazawa Sensei, doing them and showing at different angles and from above, so you can follow it a lot easier. Okay, and it has the kata is almost identical to what we use. There's some minor changes; they're not exactly the same, but it's enough so you can practice them and learn them. Okay, all right. Let me check, make sure there's nothing else. Kankudai maybe next time. Okay, we'll go Kankudai maybe on Friday or Wednesday. All right. All right, let's go ahead and finish up. Okay, so Shomani rate, Sensini rate, and then we're going to do Otagani even though nobody helped each other because you're all on video and you can't see each other, but we're going to do it anyway. Otagani rate. All right. Doimashitash. Okay, this is basically thank you. And we're all done, guys. See you next time.